There's the whistle. Lionel Messi plays the ball back to Paredes, and then all the way back to Romero on the edge of the penalty area. England, Anthony Gordon putting a very quick press on Martinez, who passes it coolly out. Harry Kane likewise, and the ball stabbed out of play on the far side. English cheers there for the first time since kickoff. Molina under pressure, passed it straight out of play. So England get possession inside their own half, and Gay plays it across to Stones, the two Manchester City men. John Stones obviously leaving now this summer, but they know each other well, and today it is Lionel Messi playing from the start as the central striker. Alvarez is out towards the left-hand side, and young Simeone on the right-hand side. Here's Elliot Anderson for England. Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. This match being played in the air-conditioned splendour of the Atlanta Stadium. And also, it is on BBC One, so if you're on your way home, if you're just back in your cars, it will be on BBC One when you get in. And because it is a BBC TV match, you can listen to our 5 Live commentary with the television pictures, all synced up via the red button and the iPlayer. As there's a first foul, and referee is quickly across after the challenge came in on Jude Bellingham from Paredes, wags his finger, free kick England.
Well, we've built it, we've hyped it, it started, hold on, this is going to be good. England started at a real tempo, high press from both Harry Kane and Anthony Gordon, and already there's 2 really robust challenges going in. One into the back of Jude Bellingham there from Paredes. I think Fernandes had one down on this near side as well.
Yeah, the referee, I think, chose to have a word with Enzo Fernandes there. Fired forward by Pickford, headed away by Molina, and then played back into the Argentine defence with Christian Romero. And England with an intense press here. We wanted to see, didn't we, how they would look after coming through the sweltering heat of Miami. And Reece James as well, well forward, blocking that ball out of play for a throw into Argentina. Paul Robinson sitting alongside me here, man of the match against Argentina when these sides last met in a senior men's international 21 years ago. Paul, England World Cup goalkeeper, and Argentina with the throw, which is headed infield by Alvarez. Harry Kane involved, either side of Messi. The ball runs away back to Gay. The Argentina players wanted a free kick there, several of them standing palms apart, and then Elliot Anderson was caught by Enzo Fernandez. That's a free kick.
That's an awful challenge. That's a really poor challenge. This is getting tasty.
Jude Bellingham's pointed that out. There's a bit of shoving and pushing going on. Anderson's still down and still milling around.
He's absolutely clobbered into the back of him there, John, Enzo Fernandez. He didn't like the initial challenge that Elliot Anderson put in on Messi, and he went and took retribution on Elliot Anderson. He's gone into the back of him, but it looks to me like he's put his arm across the back of his head as well. Yeah, Elliot Anderson's holding his head. Elliot
Anderson was actually saying that he got an arm in the back of the head there. Harry Kane is speaking to the referee. Well, this is exactly what we're expecting. Oh, and Enzo Fernandez.
It's an awful challenge.
Went in with his forearm on the back of Elliot Anderson's head. And interestingly, we're being shown pictures here of the referee's view of this. The referee speaking to Enzo Fernandez. I mean, that was, at the very least, a sturdy challenge.
Very surprised that he's not been told to have a look at that. He knows exactly what he's done there as Fernandes. He's put his arm. Jude Bellingham's moaning to the referee now. The referee needs to get a grip of this quickly, because that's 3 that he's let go. I mean, he give that a free kick, but this could get tasty quickly.
Yeah, well, it already has. England 0, Argentina 0. 5 Live from the BBC. The World Service with us as well. Jet Spencer's pushed well forward, but actually over there, Anthony Gordon's got to go back to the halfway line. Anderson's okay after that Enzo Fernandez fist on the back of his head. He's all right, didn't receive treatment. But that could easily have been an early yellow card in this match, and I know there has been some scrutiny on how this referee, Ismail El-Fat, will take charge of this match. And also some of the decisions that have gone the way of Argentina during the course of this World Cup. So there we are, first flash point. England with Spence down the left, still going. He's being challenged by Simeone, he's beaten now well as well, and then the challenge comes in on him. He was very nearly into the penalty area. What a run from Jed Spence.
That's a great sign from England early on. That shows you that Jed Spence has got the beating of both midfielder and fullback. He was outstanding there, very, very quick. Put it through Simeone's legs, went around the fullback. It was only the last-ditch challenge from the midfielder coming back that stopped Jed Spence getting into the 18-yard box.
England 0, Argentina 0. Mark Gay just out-sprinted Lionel Messi there to take possession of the ball. I was talking to him here inside the stadium last night, making the point one match he played against Erling Haaland. Next it's Messi, as Alvarez plays it in towards the edge of the D, and England are able to play it away from the back. Yes, I asked Mark Gay, I said, how often does Pep Guardiola talk to you about Lionel Messi? And he said, well, I've only been there 6 months, and he mentions him all the time.
Well, there was talk, wasn't there, that possibly when Pep went there, that he might have got him, but it's obviously all history now.
Yes, I think he was happy where he was. England 0, Argentina 0. Romero, ball out towards the right-hand side, and it's blocked by Bellingham, that then is taken on by Simeone. But excellent work from Jed Spence. Still Spence, bounces away from him, and then is shielded by Elliot Anderson, who was fouled by Simeone. Now he's down flat on his front, Elliot Anderson. Free kick to England halfway inside their own half.
He does well to keep possession there, Jed Spence. Finds his England teammate, he's trying to turn out of trouble. He invites the free kick. From an Argentina point of view, Simeone didn't need to make that challenge in that area of the pitch. Elliot Anderson was under pressure.
Did somebody kick the ball away there as well, I think? And the England players are again asking the question of the referee. Well, we can all very detail. 6 minutes played. Ismail Elfat has got a real job on his hands here. Let's hope he's up to it. Long pass downfield, Pickford, taken down by Rodgers, playing on the right. Madueke and Saka on the bench. Rodgers takes on Tagliafico, gets it into the near post, and that's blocked behind by McAllister for a first England corner. They've scored from only 2 set pieces so far at this World Cup, England.
It's a tactic that England have used before in this World Cup, the long ball from Jordan Pickford. The fullbacks push up, Morgan Rodgers it was that time. It was a really good kick from Jordan Pickford. Long diag over the top, good touch by Rodgers, and gets a corner.
So first set piece to defend. Declan Rice, way down there to our right, almost out of our sight. Can only just see the near touchline. Rice waiting to take this. Emiliano Martinez bouncing around 2 yards off his line, and a little bit of light jostling going on near the penalty spot. Anderson's involved in that as well. Gay too. Here comes the corner. 2 players have ended up on the ground. It's headed away. No whistle yet. More wrestling on the edge of the penalty area. And then Jed Spence steps in as it's clear towards the halfway line. A high foot from Mark Gay. That'll be a free kick on Alvarez. They tried to take it quickly. McAllister's clattered it into the back of Mark Gay, who hadn't retreated. And the referee says, yeah, just bring it back for a free kick. This is going to be mayhem.
Oh, it already is, isn't it? I mean, immediately there, in that penalty box, in the 18-yard box, the referee turned a blind eye. There could have been 2 or 3 fouls in there. They're really clashing into challenges now. Elliot Anderson's putting himself about, but he's also getting it back.
In a match like this, the referee can't turn a blind eye.
No, I know, and he's done it far too often, which is why it's allowed the players to get away with what they have.
England 0, Argentina 0. Ball played back to goalkeeper Martinez. Always announced at Villa Park as the best in the world. Tagliafico now, the left back, playing it infield to McAllister, trying to work it away, but Reece James in on the challenge on the left back, and that'll be a free kick for Argentina that will be taken by Paredes. So De Paul left out of the team, and Simeone coming in, and all of the history that this match has got, that whether it's the hand of God, whether it's Antonio Ratin back in 1966, who actually passed away in the days coming up to this match, the Argentine captain from 1966, or whether it's Diego Simeone and David Beckham from 98. There is always something that happens in an England-Argentina match besides the action, and some of the matches have been terrific. Some of the goals as well, as there's a foul on Elliot Anderson, shoved over by Simeone, and that's a free kick to England inside their own half. Some of the goal scorers as well who scored in this fixture. I mentioned Diego Maradona, obviously. David Beckham himself with a penalty in 2002. Batistuta, Shearer, Bobby Charlton, Jimmy Greaves. Some of the absolute greats. And England now trying to come forward, but this time it's a foul by Elliot Anderson, who was all over the back of Enzo Fernandez. There's one back, free kick Argentina.
Do you know what, John? As much as we're enjoying it and it's a fiery, feisty contest, it's actually to the detriment of the game. We're at the risk of the quality of the game because there's so many challenges that are just getting thrown in.
It's like a derby match, even though it's England, Northern Europe, against Argentina, South America, as the ball is passed out of play for a throw-in to England. And there is quite a lot of there is no segregation inside the ground. There is the England end to our left, the Argentina end to our right. Ball played over the top. This is Anthony Gordon to chase. Gordon speeding away. I think it'll beat him. No, he does get the ball in actually, but it was crossed straight into the arms of Martinez, who was able to go down and take it with Bellingham arriving.
We've got him twice now, England. Long balls over the top. Morgan Rogers down on this near touch line. This time it's Anthony Gordon cutting in from the left. Longer ball over the top from Elliot Anderson.
10 minutes played here in Atlanta, in the home of the Atlanta Falcons and Atlanta United, the MLS team. This futuristic stadium. Long pass from Martinez. John Stones is across to head that out of play. No Konza in the starting lineup if you've just joined us and haven't heard. Konza, who'd started the previous matches, but on the bench tonight with Reece James coming back to play as the right back. James and Spence on the other side. Argentina, who have played here just like England already. That's given away by Romero. Anderson surging run through the middle, goes down under the challenge, and then it bounces away. Anderson still getting involved with, I think is it Paredes who was down there? No, it's Enzo Fernandez again, the two of them involved, and actually the referee's brought it back for a foul on Paredes.
It's absolute bedlam down there. It really is. Thomas Tuchel down beneath us on the touchline, pacing up and down to the fourth official. He can't believe what he's seen in front of him. Elliot Anderson was taken out. The England players felt hard done to. I think it was Morgan Rogers that pulled down Paredes off the ball. It was a foul, but the England one was also a foul before that incident.
I think the referee's struggling to retain authority here.
Very much so. Very, very much so. And like I say, he needs to get hold of this game.
I see Lionel Scaloni has just stepped onto the pitch just to have a word with Alvarez and now Tagliafico. And Paredes is being addressed by the referee. Harry Kane has gone up across to speak to him as well, the referee. And play will resume with a free kick to Argentina. The referee's just picked up the ball and actually was left. It looks as though it's going to be a drop ball to restart play.
An uncontested drop ball after he could have given two clear fouls.
I'm not sure.
How was that in the rule book?
I'm not sure about that. England 0, Argentina 0. Paredes turns and finds Enzo Fernandez, who's got space in front of him. Fernandez, who scored the dramatic winner against Egypt. Messi falls over as the ball has passed slightly behind him, miscontrolled it, fell over. The England fans enjoyed that.
Well, it's a collector's item, isn't it? I don't think you'll see that ever again.
Yes, however, he who laughs last, so watch out. Argentina with Romero, who also scored in the win against Egypt. Both England and Argentina coming from behind in this stadium to win. Part of the roller coaster journey that has been the World Cup for both England. And then the ball is played for to Simeone, who had to be offside. He was. That was a collector's item, the early flag. And England coming from behind in this stadium. Oh, and Jordan Pickford's trying to get the ball back off Simeone. Grabbed it back off him. Simeone ends on the ground. And now the referee's going to speak to Jordan Pickford. Just tapped the ball out of his hands and Simeone fell over.
Just give him a little shoulder barge there, Jordan Pickford. He doesn't need to be getting carried away with it. I mean, there's no reason for him to be doing that, the England goalkeeper. We've seen him lose his head a few times.
I don't think we need Jordan Pickford stoking this up.
No.
It's already stoked right up. It's white hot down there, even in the air-conditioned cool of this indoor stadium. England 0, Argentina 0. Here's Jude Bellingham. Then back to Mark Gay. Mark Gay just walking the ball forward. Gay to Jed Spence. And now Gordon might get away because Molina out of position. Gordon to the edge of the box, onto his right foot, trying to find a position, but he runs into a crowd on the edge of the D, and in the end doesn't even get the shot in.
Run himself into a dead end there, Anthony Gordon. I think he had better options in the box. Really good play again from Jed Spence.
Now Argentina might break, and it's played to Simeone by McAllister. Simeone goes for the early ball into the middle. Reece James comes across, however, it's bounced away from to Alvarez. Now the ball on the right with Simeone. His cross deep to the back post, but it's over everyone inside the box. And thank goodness at last, I think a game of football's broken out. 14 minutes played. England 0, Argentina 0. Paredes. So a threat there at both ends, but neither attack ended up with an attempt on goal.
Haven't had one as yet. There's been lots of action in the middle of the field. Reece James there, I'm not so sure that he was aware that Alvarez was in such close vicinity to you. I'm not sure he'd have tried to chest it down on the edge of his own 18-yard box.
England 0, Argentina 0. McAllister playing the ball over the top. Gay comes across to head it away from Messi. The ball bounces out towards the corner flag. There's a little bit of coming together there, shoulder to shoulder, Spence and Simeone. I thought for a moment there Simeone flicked out his leg at Jed Spence. A little bit like all those years ago, but that one was on Simeone. There's Paredes. I think the chances of a red card in this match must be dropping all the time. Ball to the edge of the box. England clear it. Jude Bellingham now, but that was a heavy touch from him. Excellent challenge by Paredes. Took the ball away from Bellingham. Superb defensive.
And also giving a load of verbals as Jude Bellingham got off the ground.
Great turn by McAllister. 30 yards out. Here's Messi, but they're quickly in on him. Challenges from either side. No free kick as Bellingham came in with that challenge. Gordon now, and then Simeone's all over the back of Gordon. That's a free kick to England. I wonder what the foul count is after 15 minutes.
Too many, and too many of the challenges have been far too rash. You can see what Simeone was doing there. He ran from 10 or 15 yards away, and the pace of his run, you could see that he wasn't going to stop. He just clattered straight in.
8 fouls in the first 16 minutes. What minute are we going to get the first yellow card, Paul?
Well, he seems very reluctant at the moment. I think he might stop some of the fouls if he does.
So what do you think? Should we go 25?
We'll go before half-time, yeah.
Here's Anderson in the centre circle. Great atmosphere. The Argentina fans bouncing up and down in their hordes. If you missed the anthems, I mean, that was a cacophony inside the stadium under the closed roof. You could barely hear. Took my headphones off in the stadium. You could barely hear the anthems. Spence now on the left-hand side for England. Jed Spence allows the ball to come to a dead stop. Plays it infield to Mark Kane. Harry Kane comes deep. Hardly touched the ball, Harry Kane, so far. Now, Reece James has joined the attack. He's almost on the left wing. James and Spence together. Spence plays it through the legs of the defender, but Enzo Fernandez is there to see it behind, even though he was being buffeted by Spence. Very good play from Enzo Fernandez. Goal kick to Argentina, 0-0. Paul Robinson.
That's once again Jed Spence on that left-hand side. He looks like he's full of confidence. He knows that he's quicker than Simeone and Molina, and he's beat them on 2 occasions. It was Fernandez, the midfielder, having to come in as a third player and make the tackle.
Well, we've been told that the reason Spence is in the team because he's a fighter. If ever there was a match for a fighter, it's this one. 17 minutes played here. Spain waiting. You've probably seen the statistics weigh heavily in favour when it comes to the final of the team play in the first semi-final. So they'll be very happy watching this as Morgan Rogers is challenged by Tagliafico. I think he got the ball, but he got a bit of Rogers as well. He went tumbling away, rolling over and over. But the referee, I think, has just given it as a throw-in. Rogers back up on his feet. You can just see the outstretched arm of Lionel Scaloni, the Argentina manager, the World Cup winning manager, trying to do something that has only once been done before, to win the World Cup twice as the winning coach. Lionel Scaloni, who played in the FA Cup final for West Ham in the Gerrard final. England with it on the left. Gordon just drags it back. Now we have a moment's calm here in amongst all of the bedlam. Argentina just stepping up as England and Morgan Rogers. That's a nice ball infield to Declan Rice. Rice back to Rogers. Rogers tried to go between 2 men. Then the challenge comes in that deflects away out of play for what is given as an England throw. I thought maybe the final touch was off Rice, but it is given England's way. James takes that. Here's Anderson. Anderson just forward of the centre circle, then across to Mark Gay. Harry Kane and Bellingham waiting near the edge of the box. It's played in by Gordon to Kane. Kane with a lovely ball out to Rogers. James on the overlap. James's ball across, too close to goalkeeper Martinez, who just drops on it.
Good piece of play from England. Morgan Rogers, Reece James, it's the first time he's got round the outside of him. Good piece of full-back play. Rogers just waits for him to come round the outside of him. Gets an opportunity to put a good cross in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Got to look up and pick somebody out in that situation.
Still 0-0. Anthony Gordon coming across and forcing the issue with Martinez. He's got his Villa teammate not too far away from him, Morgan Rogers. Now Messi. Oh, he's miscontrolled that Messi, and Anderson just whacked it away from him back downfield, and Romero has to run back to keep the ball in play. Across it comes to Martinez again. Martinez, who, I mean, it's a long way down the road, Paul, but lurking away there in the distance is Emi Martinez's brilliant record in penalty shootouts as a goalkeeper. Tagliafico bringing it forward. Now Alvarez on the left wing. Alvarez, as James tries to get back. Alvarez cuts across the corner of the box and crosses it all the way to the edge of the area. Messi chests it into the box, and Anderson for England is back there to volley it high up into the air. It's nodded back into the box. Spence with a challenge. Gay calmly heads it down, and the referee spots the offside flag on the far side. It's a free kick to England, and it's still 0-0. And even though it's been bad-tempered, feisty, this is exactly what we expected.
Yeah, exactly. Right from the first whistle, England set the stall out with that high press. There's been challenges flying in all over. We've just noticed that Elliot Anderson, he's tracking Messi wherever he goes. He floats all over the field as Messi, and he's changed his game so much as he's got older. And he pops up in pockets and he plays parts of the game. He doesn't play all the game. And Elliot Anderson's been charged with keeping an eye on him if the back four don't.
Well, Thomas Tuchel told us, didn't he, yesterday, that he had thought about man-marking Messi, and with Messi playing centrally, Anderson can do that. Long ball forward, Rodgers chasing, Tagliafico puts his body in the way, the two of them come down together, and I think that's actually been given as a free kick against Morgan Rodgers, so a free kick, yet another one to add to the growing list. Paredes to Alexis McAllister. McAllister turns and looks for the ball to Messi, a little flick from him. Molina pushing up from right back, then back to Messi, and then back to McAllister. This team, the defending champions, remember, the World Cup holders, and 8 of this team started the final in Qatar 4 years ago. Paredes again. Paredes, who is in the England half, but has the time to put his foot on the ball and pass it to Alvarez. And Alvarez, who scored that brilliant goal against Switzerland in the quarter-final in extra time. Argentina taken to extra time by Switzerland, England taken to extra time by Norway, before eventually winning through. All back in the centre circle with Argentina in the all-blue kit, their lucky kit. They are the away team, in inverted commas, for this match, so no hesitation to wear the blue that they wore, the blue shirts, against England back in '86, and indeed in '98 as well, when they won the penalty shootout against Glenn Hoddle's team. Bellingham, and then McAllister goes down with a fearful scream. We can actually hear it on our microphones. He's still writhing around on the ground. Bellingham with a challenge. The free kick has been given to him, and Jude Bellingham just walks away from it. And he did step on the top of his foot, Paul.
He did. I think that was it's just a painful one on the top of his toes. I mean, he's given enough out at the early stage of this game, Alexis McAllister. I think it's a bit of retribution from Jude there. I've just been informed that in the first 10 minutes of this game, Argentina's 4 fouls equalled the record in the first 10 minutes of a World Cup game.
Well, at this World Cup, or any World Cup, anyway, it's a free kick to Argentina that they're waiting to take. I mean, that in itself could have been a yellow card there.
At this World Cup. Yeah, it was.
Messi takes this free kick. Here's Simeone now. Simeone up against Spence. Quick footwork from the Atletico Madrid man. Still going, but Spence defended it well and blocked it behind. And Argentina have their first corner now.
They're defending narrow, England. That's one thing I have noticed. They're not worried about a threat in the wide areas, although Alvarez is hanging out on his left-hand side. When they are defending, they're trying to drag all the traffic down the middle of the pitch, and the back four in the width of the 18-yard box.
So England have to defend their first corner. And Simeone, who, I mean, if you told me that Simeone had been given specific orders to get under the skins of England in this match, then I would believe you. And now he's trying to wind up Jordan Pickford, who's standing towering over him. The referee has got involved, and he's wagging his finger again and speaking to the board. And I think it looks like he's saying, I'm in charge of this. Well, debatable. Corner for Argentina, swung in, Pickford goes for it with a blast of the whistle. As the ball was flying over the top of the 6-yard box, the whistle went early, free kick to England. Simeone on Pickford, and he was clearly holding him, Paul.
I mean, you said you've hit the nail absolutely on the head with Simeone. That exactly looks like what he's been sent on the pitch to do.
And we will have, and we don't need it. This is totally unnecessary in this stadium, 22 degrees. We've said it during the course of the World Cup. You know, we're in the midst here of a World Cup semi-final. It's going toe-to-toe, and now we've got this performative, ridiculous hydration break so they can show adverts on American television. And that's not even, just wait till we get to Sunday, Paul. Now we know that there will be around about the half time in the World Cup final will be around about half an hour.
You're gonna look forward to that, John, aren't you? That's one thing that you've not enjoyed about this World Cup, is it? These adverts breaks.
Well, it's simply not right. I think anyone who values what football is all about, this is not natural. This is not what it's supposed to be. And I think we've talked about it all World Cup, but it's right to do that because this is just plain wrong. England 0, Argentina 0. Matt Upson is watching from afar, back in the Five Live studio. Interesting,
yes.
Matt?
Yes, John, I think you're spot on, by the way, about the breaks. But anyway, it is interesting. I mean, what it must feel like there, on the television, it just feels like a broken up game right from the start. And England are having to work hard not to get lowered and lured into this kind of scrappy, horrible, kind of narky game that Argentina appear to want to take it to that place. And I think that's really interesting how we're going to have to cope with that. Showed a couple of nice flashes of pace, and we're trying to press high. I think Anderson is really stepping in on Messi and trying not to give him any time and space. But there's been a lot of gamesmanship already, hasn't there? I mean, we're only a quarter way through the game, and already I haven't seen the foul count, but it must be extremely high and a very broken up game.
Thanks, Max. Currently stands at 11 fouls in the first. Well, there are now 26 minutes on the clock. But England know already, Paul, if you get a man sent off in a World Cup match, knockout match, then you're right up against it. And they've got away with that once already in this tournament.
I think what you like about these breaks, but Thomas Tuchel has utilised them very, very well in games. And he's actually changed formations and changed the direction of the game during this time he gets with his team. And he's just let the players there have a drink, he let them calm down. And then just before they're walking back onto the pitch now, he's got them all in and around him. He's quite animated in the way that he was speaking. He had a point that he wanted to make.
So 0-0, and play about to get underway again. England in the white shirts, white shorts, white socks. If you've not heard, Thomas Tuchel making 3 changes. If you've just joined us, if you're in your car, maybe trying to get home to see this match, it is on BBC One, but via the red button and the iPlayer, you can actually listen to the Five Live commentary alongside the pictures. But of course, Guy Mowbray and Alan Shearer doing a great job on BBC One, I'm sure. And Anderson, that looked like a high foot. Alvarez outside the box and actually stretching for it. Messi actually prodded it straight behind for a goal kick, but that could easily have opened up, and that came from Pickford's goal kick.
Yeah, it was an error from Jordan Pickford. He looked to find Jude Bellingham with a straight ball. I don't think Bellingham was expecting it. He was kind of on the half turn. And the Argentina player nipped in, got to Alvarez on the edge of the box, but it was just a heavy touch from him in the end.
Pickford going for a long pass for Morgan Rogers. And then McAllister in on the challenge on Reece James, who I think got to the ball first. And I think, well, that looked like a foul on Reece James, but the referee says it's a throw-in to Argentina. And again, Harry Kane just having a word with the referee as he ran past him. And Thomas Tuchel is absolutely incensed with the 4th official down on the side of the pitch. He's in Italian, by the way, American officials on the pitch, but Maurizio Mariani is the 4th official. And Thomas Tuchel there, well, he's made it clear that he, like me, thought that was a foul on James.
I think the referee's missed a lot, he's let a lot go. There's a lot of England players out there that feel they've been hard done to. In all honesty, I think they're getting kicked about a little bit and they're getting no protection whatsoever from the referee.
Yeah, well, Thomas Tuchel's already spoken about the standard of officiating at this World Cup. So England, virtually the last thing I said to Thomas Tuchel last night was, given the history of this fixture, this is one for cool heads. As the long ball is played forward for Argentina, but Spence is able to win the ball in the air against Simeone. Now, again, Simeone, but a heavy touch from him takes it out of play, and it's a throw into England halfway inside their own half. And he said, yes, absolutely. Cool heads, but hot hearts was the phrase that he used. And Harry Kane drops deep to receive the ball. Kane and Bellingham 6 goals each at this World Cup. A long pass for Rogers down the right. And Tagliafico is able to put in the challenge to put it out for a throw-in to England. James takes this. Back to John Stones, who is winning his 94th cap for England. Now over to Spence on the left-hand side. Here's Anthony Gordon, little ball in field. Comes back to Spence. Gordon takes it away from him. Still Gordon battling for it and then committing the foul. That's a free kick. Argentina take it quickly, trying to get it on the move with Alvarez, then back to McAllister. And they've got to go back. Enzo Fernandez has got to turn it back towards the edge of the area. And from a chance there where Argentina had the opportunity to take that free kick and break downfield, they've actually ended up having to go back into their own penalty area. Taliafico. And then Romero steers it. And then Taliafico up to the line. And it's turned back infield. This is good from Argentina. Paredes. And then Alvarez still inside their own half as Paredes just allows the ball to run through his legs. And he'll walk it into the centre circle when Messi has dropped all the way back there to take possession and then clip a pass to Taliafico. But back it goes again to the edge of, to the halfway line to Lisandro Martinez. Long pass, overhit from Messi, way beyond the run, which was actually coming from Molina, the right back, but it bounced away, skipped away through for a goal kick to England. And it's still 0-0 here in a match which you cannot take your eyes off because, well, you almost need eyes in the back of your head. But actually, I'm not sure either goalkeeper has made a save yet, Paul.
No, there's a lot going on off the ball as well. We talk about all the fouls that have been committed. There's a lot of niggly bits going on the pitch, all over the place.
Bellingham winning the ball back from Romero and then skipping away from the challenge. Now Bellingham coming in from the left-hand side. Oh, he finds Rodgers with the pass, but the whistle has already gone for the free kick. Rodgers might have had an opportunity there on the edge of the box, but the referee blew early.
Yeah, he does well there, Jude Bellingham. Turns defence into attack very quickly. He's very direct. And it's quite a cynical foul again from Enzo Fernandez. He knows exactly what he's doing. He just takes Jude Bellingham's legs away.
Well, if you're working on a totting up process, Enzo Fernandez must be one tackle away from a yellow card.
I think he's lucky to still be on the pitch the way that he clattered Elliot Anderson very early in the game, in all honesty, the way he put his arm in the back of his head.
England 0, Argentina 0. England are attacking towards the end where Harry Kane scored the 2 goals against DR Congo. I was down there last night, about 20 yards away from where he hit that shot that flew into the net. It was over 70 miles an hour, wasn't it? But it was timed at what turned out to be the winning goal. And now England have a free kick. Rice prepares to take this. Rice, we need his Arsenal delivery to England. Harry Kane just being pushed away by Christian Romero, ex-Tottenham, current Tottenham together. Rice, right-footed into the back post. Stones heads it down, but wide. Under pressure, Taliafico, or I think it was Lisandro Martinez, actually did enough. Manchester United against Manchester City there, and Stones heads it down.
Just watching off the ball as well, Reece James has ended up in a heap on the floor at the far post. That is a good delivery from Declan Rice, in-swinging free kick to the far post. Martinez, for all his size or lack of it against John Stones, he actually does well to put the England central defender off there at the far post. And Stones just heads it wide.
Argentina playing the ball out from the back. Emi Martinez to Molina, and then it is whacked away high above the halfway line by Enzo Fernandez. Simeone is battling for it against Spence, and then Simeone
there's a surprise.
With a challenge on Gay. Free kick. And the referee's just brought it back. In fact, I think Simeone blocked the free kick that England were trying to take quickly, and England appealing that Simeone did that on purpose. And the referee's just brought it back, and he's going to go and speak with Simeone. But a free kick to England, and that's all it is.
How Simeone has not been booked in this first half. He knew exactly what he was doing there on Mark here. You could see him, the pace that he runs into challenges. He's not stopping. Thomas Tuchel is absolutely livid down beneath us.
It's England 0, Argentina 0. 33 minutes played. Bad-tempered, feisty, testy, call it what you like. Pickford with the ball at his feet outside the penalty area. He's going to go long, left-footed. Jed Spence is underneath it there. First-time ball from Spence to Gordon. Oh, a little touch, but it took it away from him. And Lisandro Martinez was able to clear. However, Reece James sends a high ball into the Argentina box, but it's over the top of Bellingham. And bounces out to the right-hand side where Spence put Molina under pressure, still under pressure, and he turns down there, and Spence might win it back. He has won it back, but then there is support there, but Argentina clear it, and England have it back with Gordon. And Gordon does a full 360-degree turn. Bellingham's then challenged by Molina. That's a free kick. Near the left corner of the box.
Done well again, Jed Spence. It's a tactic that England are using. You see Anthony Gordon on the left wing. He makes a run inside into Harry Kane's number 9 position. And Pickford goes long over the top, the advancing fullback. And England have got in 2 or 3 times in this first half. And that's a free kick won by Bellingham, just on the pinpoint of the 18-yard box on the angle. A good position.
Also, that's a poor challenge by Molina there. And I don't mean a bad challenge. I mean a naive challenge to put in that tackle on Bellingham and just concede the free kick in a really dangerous position.
You can see the adrenaline's running with all the Argentinians. They're not thinking about when they're going into tackles, and they've been quite crude with all the tackles that they're making.
They've got whipped up in the dressing room for this match before it began. Free kick then to be taken from out on the left-hand side for England. Lots of movement on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's whipped in by James and pushed away by Martinez. Headed back across the 6-yard line, but headed up and away, and then further away now by the head of Alvarez for Argentina. Reece James gives it to Rice. So that's to a pass from Rice. That might let Argentina in. Alvarez with the pass. Messi's under this, but Spence goes quickly to him. And then also in comes the challenge on him from Harry Kane, but Messi's up again, tries to go between Spence and Anderson, is sandwiched by the 2 of them. Messi goes tumbling down, that's a free kick, and now all of the Argentina players are saying, how about that for a yellow card?
And he's going to give him one, believe it or not. The first real crunching tackle that England have put in, he's going to book him. I can't believe it. The referee, I mean, he's been bullied here by the Argentinian players. As soon as the challenge went in, they all surrounded him as if none of them had made a challenge the whole game.
And now the players are all gathering around again. There's sort of light pushing and shoving. Fingers are being pointed. The yellow card has been shown. I mean, it was a double challenge by Spence and Anderson, I think. It depends who has been shown the yellow card. It looks as though it's Elliot Anderson, because he has been brought over by the referee.
Do you know what, John? It probably is a yellow card. You know, on the scale of yellow cards, it probably is. But the standard that the referee has set this whole game, that's not the worst challenge that we've seen. Messi does brilliant. He wriggles away from Jed Spence, gets away from Harry Kane and Anthony Gordon. Stadium comes to light, and then between Jed Spence and Elliot Anderson, they just put him in a sandwich. Elliot Anderson just dangles his left leg out and hits him with his shoulder. Yeah. It's a blatant booking, but not to the standard he's been refereeing at.
Yeah. That is the right decision. It's a yellow card, quite right. This time the referee, and the yellow card, first yellow card coming in the 38th minute. Frankly, we could have had 5 or 6 by now. That's the first. And it's a free kick to Argentina. And that was dangerous from Messi. That was one of his runs from deep, and England just put a stop to it. Anderson stopped him in his tracks. But he's got this free kick. This is 40 yards out. England have put up the one-man wall. Messi's going to play it square to Paredes. Still 0-0. This is the World Cup semi-final on 5 Live. Messi starts the run, shoots low from distance, blocked back out, and to Fernandes with a shot that is narrowly over the top left corner of the bar. He's saying that it took a flick, and both Enzo Fernandez and McAllister react as though they've just been stung by bees, as the referee says it's a goal kick. But that was not far away.
Saying it just clipped the backside of John Stones, I think, on the way through. But this surrounding the referee, it's getting boring now. Every single decision that he's getting surrounded by the players.
Pickford takes a heavy touch in the 6-yard box, so gets rid of it quickly. And towards the halfway line, still 0-0, half-time approaching. What a half this has been. This is full-on World Cup rivalry between England and Argentina. We've not seen it for 21 years. You played in the last one. And even though there are all sorts of things going on, I have to say, it is thoroughly enjoyable.
Oh, it's fantastic. And as you say, you literally cannot take your eyes off it, because there's something happening, not just following the ball, there's something to watch over the whole pitch. And especially the managers down beneath us as well. They're almost as entertaining as the game, the way that they're carrying on.
Yes, I wish you could actually see them. This stadium, we've been put in a position where we can't actually see the managers, the coaches, in front of their benches. So fortunately we've got the little screens here which help us out. Here's Martinez in possession, the Argentina goalkeeper. Long pass from him, Simeone on the chase, headed down by Gabe. Rice, that's an awkward one for Spence, who did win it in the air, and then Anderson heads it forward, and then Harry Kane gets a firm challenge in the back by Paredes. It bounces for Argentina, it bounces for Messi, who tracks off on a run again. It might bounce towards the far side, but Rice gets there first, ahead of Molina, marauding forward. left-footed, just whacks it out of play on the halfway line.
Simeone actually did well in that instance there. He actually beat Jed Spence to the ball, which allowed Messi a little bit of time and space.
So Argentina again with Paredes. And then back to Christian Romero. Lisandro Martinez with that now quite long jet black hair of his. Martinez is going to be able to carry it forward and then pass it to the edge of the box, where Tagliafico returns it to Alvarez. Now it's with Romero in the centre circle. 40 minutes on the clock. Still, neither goalkeeper has actually had a save to make. Argentina still with it. And Lisandro Martinez comes forward. Tagliafico. The Argentina fans, you can hear the drums. And it sounds like sort of kettle drums that have been whacked as well inside the Argentina section to our right. Simeone. And then Enzo Fernandez. And now Romero. This is a concerted period of Argentina possession now as we approach half-time here. Messi gets the ball back, first time touch. Out to Simeone on the right side. Simeone with his right hand bandaged. Then it comes back to Messi. Again in a deep lying position. He's played the ball forward, Rice steps in, wins it back. And then a change of feet by Rodgers. Does well, he's trying to get away from Lisandro Martinez and he's fouled by him, and that's a yellow card. Cheers from England. First yellow card for Argentina for Lisandro Martinez. Well, I think can feel himself a little unfortunate that he's the first one to receive a yellow card for Argentina for that.
Well, the way he's refereed this game, here we go. He started with the cards now, that's it. It won't be stopping between now and the end of the game. It's a lovely piece of play by Morgan Rodgers in the middle of the field, gets away from Martinez, quite blatantly pulls him back.
He was getting away, Rodgers, but there were lots of covering players by that stage. And Martinez, as it's announced on the big screen, Martinez shakes his head in exasperation. It's 0-0, one yellow card each. Spence. Now back to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham then to the halfway line. And John Stones. To Reece James. James starting for the first time for England since recovering from that hamstring injury. Remember how he came on against Norway at about 20 minutes of the 90 to play. England lose possession, Argentina come forward with Molina. And then it finds its way to Messi. Messi starts on a run, goes round Anderson. Actually, no, Anderson does well, gets a foot in, and then he's fouled, and that's a free kick to England. Anderson fouled yet again, gives the ball quickly to Bellingham. Bellingham is off on a run now, down the left-hand side. Still going Bellingham. Then in comes the challenge from Romero. Good tackle it was as well. Took the ball away from England's Real Madrid man, and Argentina have got it back in their own defensive third. And then all the way back to Martinez. Tagliafico now with Reece James in front of him. 43 minutes played. Paredes turns to his right, gives it to Molina. Messi is there, passes the ball forward. A measured pass for Simeone to run onto. Mark Gay has gone out there with him, got the challenge in, played it off the Argentina midfielder, and it's a throw-in to England, close to their own corner flag. Jed Spence to take this. Now not wearing the mask after his fractured jaw against Chelsea towards the end of the season, got rid of it for the Norway match. I'm sure he'll feel a lot better after getting rid of that, particularly after the heat of Miami. Takes the throw, Jed Spence comes back to him. Spence then back to Gay, careful pass back to his goalkeeper Pickford, who rolls the ball across the penalty area to his right. And John Stones walks it forward, and then Bellingham dropping deep, got a shove in the back from Paredes. Then Elliot Anderson, now to Jed Spence. Spence with a ball for Bellingham to chase, that bounces into the Argentina box, but Lisandro Martinez comes across him with his right foot, volleys it out of play for a throw into England near the halfway line. We are now in the 45th minute. The board will be coming up shortly, probably 3 minutes, I think. As Elliot Anderson, crossfield pass, James will do well to reach that, he can't, it's straight out of play on the full. For a throw into Argentina, level with the edge of their own penalty area.
They're looking for that ball over the top quite a lot, England, whether it's the two fullbacks that have pushed on alternately, or it's the runner from deep. Bellingham and Rodgers, a number of times in this first half, have tried to get on balls over the top from deep.
Five Live and the World Service from the BBC. We've brought you coverage of all the matches on Five Live and BBC Sounds. You can listen as well on the smart speaker as Jude Bellingham cuts in field. Romero eased into him. Bellingham went down. The referee allows play to continue. Paredes to Molina. And then Paredes in field. Elliot Anderson nipped in. Harry Kane takes possession of the ball. Might bounce to Bellingham, but no. However, Gordon plays it square. 3 minutes of added time, you might have heard that announced. Comes back to Declan Rice. There was a glimmer of an opening there for England. But Argentina stood firm. And now Spence has it over there on the far side. Mark Gay just shuffles forward with the ball at his feet. Harry Kane has almost come all the way across to get it from him. Declan Rice now. How do you think he's fared? Declan Rice, we did wonder, didn't we? Seems okay. As Reece James plays it back to Rice, who had to be quick in on the challenge and wins the throw-in off Alvarez. That England are looking to take quickly. That someone down there has thrown the ball back on the field from the Argentina bench. So England couldn't take the quick throw-in. In 3 minutes.
More shenanigans from the Argentina bench there. Skullduggery.
Declan Rice?
Yeah, I think he looks well. You wouldn't know that he was ill last week and he struggled to get through the game. I think you would say he's having one of his normal games.
Here is Rice. England with the ball in the Argentina defensive third. James then back to Stones nearer to the halfway line. John Stones. Then back to James. Now here's Morgan Rogers, who's done, I think, as well as he could do on the right, coming in to start ahead of Madueke and Saka. Comes back to John Stones, and then all the way back to Pickford. And I think for Morgan Rogers as well, this was a match for the physicality of Rogers. Long pass through the middle from Anderson, but Rogers was in an offside position, and it's a free kick to Argentina.
Yeah, they just got in each other's way there. Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham running into the same space. And that's one thing Thomas Tuchel will be saying. He'll want more width from Morgan Rogers. He'll want him on this near touch line. Rather, he wants him to make those runs, but not to the detriment of others.
And he is capable of that, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when he's come on and when he's played, we've seen the creativity and we've seen the way that he can actually unlock a door. And maybe something like that is going to be needed the way this game's panning out.
England 0, Argentina 0. No quarter given or taken here. Argentina with Tagliafico. And then Alvarez. And then a shove in the back of Enzo Fernandez from Bellingham. That's not given as a free kick. Harry Kane with a pass, but that was a tired looking pass from Kane. Tagliafico easily cut that one out. James, oh, that's a high foot on James from Paredes. Yes, that's given as a free kick. Again, more Argentina reaction from their players down there, arms thrown into the air. It's high foot, caught James.
Blatant free kick, one that he's actually got right, the referee. Brave there, Reece James, to put his head in because he could see what was coming from Paredes.
Gay. Now to the left-hand side to Jed Spence. The defending World Cup champions having to defend for these final seconds of the first half. Gordon cuts in. It takes a deflection, but that drops high over the top of the bar. And I think the referee's going to blow for half-time before the corner can be taken. And we have had over the 3 minutes of added time, even though Harry Kane, well, a penny for the thoughts of the England players. What will be said in the dressing room after this? Messi is there as well, even though Kane's speaking to the referee. Lionel Messi as well is just on the scene, just to check and see what's being said. Kane walks away, and the England players head towards the dressing room, and it's 0-0, and neither goalkeeper has made a save.
No, and that's one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen at this World Cup. He didn't get a grip of the game from the start. I mean, Jude Bellingham now and Messi are both standing around the referee. Messi's talking to his friend, the referee. He's let so much go. The two coaches are not